Okay, so we are going. Cool. So I guess first question is what are some things that you guys really like to think about or talk about with people that you really care and trust?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good ass question.
Honestly, for me, it really depends. Like if find someone that has like same interests, I'd like to talk about like, anime, art, things
Cool.
I enjoy doing and then they also enjoy doing.
Yeah, same though. It really depends on the person.
So anime and art, that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yes.
Yes,
Cool.
yes. Anime
Cool.
for life, my dude.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I don't really know much about anime. So could you guys kind of talk about what is important to you about anime?
For me, I started watching anime during like darker times for me. So I find I find it as a coping mechanism for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Like for me, like it just like makes myself like escape from reality and just think about something else for a while. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, kind of like an escape.
Right.
Yeah, and
Totally.
reading is the same for me too. I read a lot.
I just finished this great book. It's not anime, but
Mm.
it's called The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Have you guys ever heard of it?
No.
It's
No.
like a post-apocalyptic fiction book. I love those like post-apocalyptic novels and stories and
Oh, that's
stuff.
cool. I be
You know?
liking fantasy and stuff.
Yeah. What kind of fantasy?
Oh, like if I were talking about real books, then I'd probably think like Percy Jackson or like
Yes.
Harry Potter or something like that.
Yes. Yes. Harry Potter. Yeah, I love it. So, like you were talking about kind of anime, you kind of started getting into anime during like darker times.
Right.
Do you feel comfortable talking at all about what those dark times were and how anime helped you through it?
Um I'll talk about some of it.
Sure. Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable.
All right. Um I know I struggle with anxiety, depression, and I was tired of going to school cuz like going to school is also stressful and then being around like the large crowds of people and like having like fights every now and then.
Mm.
And then so one day I just went home like I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't want to get out of my room. I didn't want to eat. So I started watching I think it was Death Note I started watching first, which was my first anime I've watched.
What is it called?
Death Note?
Death Note. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Um but yeah, I watched Death Note and then I got into like other animes. Like my most recent anime I've watched was like fully through was uh Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah,
Oh, cool.
bro. That shit was so good.
Yeah.
Well, how about your friend over there? Like for you, like have you had has anime helped you through similarly dark times? And what's your kind of story with that? If that is your story, and if it isn't your story, like what is your story?
Well, for me, it helped me like basically the things I have at home are not really good. Like, my parents are like kind of iffy. Not to go into it, but like they're kind of iffy. So like I like to like when they fight, I just like to like just drown out everything.
Mm, mm,
Like, like I just like to
totally.
like escape from what I'm hearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that's so vulnerable and honest for you to say that. That's like really cool. Yeah, you guys are both very
Yeah.
cool. I think. Uh, yeah, like I totally understand. I think that like one of the reasons that I'm even doing this channel in the first place is to try to like figure out the things that like help people become healthier versions of themselves. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
and like art and anime is like that avenue for you. Like for me, it's like listening to people, talking to people. I like writing a lot. I love reading and just being with people. You know, like it's just so simple to just be with a person and have that be meaningful. You know, like people take that
Yeah.
for granted.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it just makes me mad. It makes me mad that other people don't get that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, people are like like I don't know, like one family member of mine in particular that I just like saw for the holidays. She's like always moving. She's like always has to do something. She always has to be doing something. It's like, why don't you just like sit down and chill with me for a second? Like, let's get to know each other. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, do you guys feel similarly? What are your thoughts of that? It's open-ended question, or like very vague, kind of broad. But like, what do you guys? Let me narrow down the question. Like, do you guys feel like you have many people, friends or family, that you can just sit with and be with and just chill with? And how do you think that people can do that more easily? I guess.
Well, actually, for me, the person I would probably chill with is right here.
Totally.
Anybody, I have multiple friends, but like she's the person I'd probably actually chill with, like actually, and be, like happy about it. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, I'm happy with all my friends. It's just, she's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Like we've been friends for like almost 9 years now.
Yeah, 9 years.
Wow.
Since, how long was it? Like 4th or 5th grade? I don't know.
I thought it was 3rd.
Was it 3rd? I don't know.
So, like, could you kind of talk about like how your friendship kind of started and came to be, and like how you guys are so like chill now with each other?
Oh my god, we have
Is
the
that cool?
perfect story.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's hear it.
Okay. So basically, we met at this after school thing, and then eventually it ended, and we eventually we wouldn't be able to see each other, and then like a year later, we met at a McDonald's.
A McDonald's play place,
The
nonetheless.
McDonald's play place, and I remember seeing her, and she was like, "Hey,
Like, hello."
She was like in the ball pit.
Like that plastic thing
That,
that
like,
you globe.
Yes.
Black glove.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
like, "Oh my god."
And my mom thought I was talking to her. I'm like, no, her.
Oh, cool.
And then we just pretty much had sleepovers since.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, have met each other.
man. So yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, it's so hard to find. It's so hard to find like friends like that. I think. I mean, I have several several friends of mine from college. I feel like I could like call up and hang out with, and I live. My roommate is a friend of mine that I've known from college, but it's so strange. Like as time goes on, at least like I think I'm probably like 10 years older than you guys. I'm 30. I'm 31, and that's my guess. I bet you're like probably like 17 or 18 or something similar, or maybe younger. I don't know.
You're close with the 17.
Yeah.
But it's like it's so strange, like to hold on to that and to like prioritize that. I think that like it's so important to prioritize that in life. Like over well, I think like school is important for certain things, but like for your own emotional health, friendships like that are so important. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But so for you guys, like what, like I hate to ask, like looking forward, but like is there like what are some things that you really would love to do in the next few years of your life?
Oh.
Like, I know we were talking about this last night. Like, I want to do like something like tattoos, like a tattoo artist or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And then she wanted to do like a business.
Yeah.
Like a business, like with concerning what?
It really depends. It like changes periodically. I try to think about what I'm passionate about and what I would like to do. Now there's a multitude of things I like to do and a multitude of things I'm good at. So like
It's good that you know that about yourself. So many people are just like, oh, like I suck at everything. It's like, no, like we each have like a superpower. You know? So like it's cool that you know that you've got like some superpowers like
and like
tucked away.
This person right here suggested that apparently I'm like good at like how like I don't know how to explain, like how did you explain it, like I'm good at like dressing up or something.
Yeah.
Like just matching outfits.
Yeah, like so, like you know the mannequins at the store that have like trashy outfits on them?
Bro, they are so trash. I swear.
Like
They
she,
be pissing me off so much.
like she would be good at like dressing up like a mannequin, and then like she could use
And
that.
they only have one size mannequin. Get some plus size mannequins in there.
Yes.
Don't be getting one size and that's skinny. That's not realistic. Come on.
That's right.
That's not realistic.
So
You're
like
right there.
what is that? Is that like a not an interior designer, because interior designer like comes up with like house stuff, right? But like I guess just like a designer. You're interested in design.
Yeah.
Cool. I wonder if I think there's like some really cool schools out in New York for that, like the Fashion Institute of Technology, I think FIT. It's really cool.
Oh.
But I'm sure there's some places like kind of closer to Chicago that are probably really good too. I mean, Chicago's like gigantic.
Yeah.
So like, could you tell us a little bit about like the tattoos? What's yeah? How did that start up?
It mostly started when I was younger. Like I would just like take like a pen or like a washable marker and just like draw on my arm, like different things.
Yeah, designs.
And then like this either yesterday or a few days ago, I was just drawing myself with a pen, and like I actually liked how it turned out. And I was like, I should actually like practice more about it and like become a tattoo artist.
You got to do my tattoos for free.
Okay, bet.
Personal tattoo artist. Hey.
So are there like certain designs or symbols that kind of speak to you, or
It's more like whatever, like I come to like I could like there could literally be like scribbles on like a piece of paper, and I could like turn those little scribbles into like something. It might not be the best piece of artwork, but it would still be like something. Like it's not just like scribble, it's like actually like something.
I wonder how you get into that. Do you like go and ask like tattoo shops around town like for you to like shadow them, or like
I don't know. I was thinking about like actually just having if my mom ever got a tattoo like she's thinking about, I would just like ask that like a tattoo artist there, like, how to do this, like any tips,
Yeah. That's cool.
like do the research.
Yeah. I've been wanting to get a tattoo. Like I would say like my spirit animal is a raven. I love ravens. Like and but I don't know where to put it. Like I want to put it on a place on my body where I can see it.
Right.
But I don't want it like on my forehead. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
like the placement of it is really important. I don't really care if it hurts while I get it. Like the rib, like that could be cool.
Right.
I don't know. Do you guys have places where you'd want to get tattoos done?
I know I eventually want to get one on my arm.
Like where? Like
right sorry.
oh,
like right around here.
like forearm kind of thing?
Yeah.
I see. How about for you?
Oh, I'd want to get one like right here.
Up here?
Yeah, like right there.
That's cool, like kind of close to the heart,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah,
where
basically.
your heart is. Cool. Cool. So I guess my last I mean, we can talk for a while if you'd like, but like I guess I'm just interested in hearing like what other things you'd want to talk about, or like what are some things that you think that people talk about like in society or in the news or on social media that you've kind of been thinking about that upset you or make you angry or make you happy?
Oh, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, well, go for it, please.
Oh.
Just go on a monologue,
Okay.
honestly. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I get too angry.
No, that's great.
Okay.
True emotions best.
Ooh. Okay, so you know how TikTok, like on like the TikTok app, they be having so many fights that are literally pointless. Like they be fighting about the one that gets to me is the gender wars. Like
So what is that?
like
What is that?
Gender.
basically it's like a man is better than a woman, or a woman is better than a man because we take more pain better, or something like that.
And
Like,
what
basically,
are your
they're, like,
opinions of that?
people.
Yeah. What do you think of that? What are
Oh
your
my god,
opinions?
it's so stupid. Oh my god. It is literally pointless. Like, no, it's literally pointless. Don't. It's literally pointless.
Well, yeah, could
Like,
you like I think this is a good time to kind of explore like unpack it. Like why do you think it's pointless? Why do you think that
well, men have something superior to women, and women have something superior to men. It's not like this is bigger and this is bigger. We're on the same level. Because men, some things men are better at than women, and women some have things better than men.
Mhm.
It's not like there's one over the other.
So
Like, yeah, and then the points they be making in the comments are like, oh, women have to go through labor and periods, so women are apparently superior because of that. And then men are like, oh no, that's not true and stuff, and it don't even hurt that bad. And I'm like, this is pointless. Like, nobody's gonna
what does it
basically the
prove? Like yeah,
arguments. Huh?
yeah, it's just like what like to like why is this argument even happening? Like no first of all like
Yeah,
no one is going to be convinced really by any of this.
exactly.
And I don't know like women and
Like,
it's like such a way more complicated issue than just that kind of like men or women. I mean, because like, I mean, you can go a few levels deeper here and just be like, okay, like you have like not only the biological differences, which are, I mean, there are biological differences. Like women tend to be less, women tend to be like smaller, so women tend to not be like firefighters as often, right? But
yeah,
but then you have like kind of the social expectations of men and women, which I think end up getting at kind of the bigger issues. It's like why so like you so I mean this could get like pretty deep and philosophical and kind of more abstract thinking, but like someone could make the argument like, well, women are better at cooking than men, and it's like, wait a second, that's could be so completely wrong, right? Because it's like, okay, like
yeah,
what are the families that these women or men have been brought up in? Like what if like a kid grows up in like a boy grows up in a family where both of his parents can't like function themselves, and they have to make that boy has to make his parents, food, to survive or
yeah.
whatever. They could be drug addicts or whatever. And then, like, as he gets older, he realizes that he really loves that. So, I mean, there are like so many different expectations and that we generalize men or women to have, and it's I think it's short-sighted and irresponsible to think about and argue for like the gender wars in that way, in like a
Yes,
screaming back.
and then the thing is, these are whole people that are like literally adults, and they're speaking to a person about whose gender is better all the way across the world that don't even care about what people think. Like,
Right.
it's literally pointless. Literally,
It's
like they're just
yeah,
going on and on.
yeah, and there's like so much. I mean, like I don't. I can get into like philosophical converse. I mean, this is what I'm doing, right? Like the YouTube
Yeah,
philosophical. Like I love these things. It's like you only have so much energy and time to think about certain things. Why concern yourself with toxic arguments by people who don't know anything when you could be spending time developing your art form of learning how to tattoo, or
exactly.
like spend time developing yourself and understanding the things that you love instead of going out and listening to idiots like debate about things that don't really matter.
Bro, do you know how long they be arguing about that? They could have found the fucking cancer, literally the cancer vaccine in time if they didn't do that shit. Literally, they could have found the cancer. They
The
literally
cure for
could.
COVID.
They
Yeah,
found,
really.
bruh.
That's nuts. Well, how about for you? Like, what are some things that kind of get you riled up, or Things that have been kind of occupying your mind.
Honestly, I don't really pay attention to the news or anything like that.
There's nothing at all that pisses you off.
Because I really don't pay attention to it. Because I know if I do, it's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like news or social media or like. Is there something that? Yeah, just like something that you've been dwelling on, or like a something that someone has said that's kind of rubbed you the wrong way lately. Or...
Yes, when people bring up the past without like, actually knowing what your past is like.
Oh.
Like this recently, I've had a certain someone, we'll just say certain someone, bring up my past, call me a stupid toxic bitch.
Oh,
he brought up my past without knowing my past. He was going based off what he thought was true.
Could you?
That pissed me off.
Could you kind of like illustrate? No. Don't. My gosh, no! Don't apologize. This is awesome. You rock. You guys both rock. Like what? Like could you like kind of talk a little more about the situation, like a little more concretely, like what happened, and like how do you wish, and like yeah.
So you know, my friend called him out for, you know.
he was so butthurt. Oh, I got him mad, bro.
Like, what he did was he was using me for my body, pretty much.
Really? Like,
yeah. I told him, like, when we first started dating, I didn't really feel comfortable doing, like, that sexual stuff that people, you know. And the thing is, I'm a minor at the beginning. It's that, like, sure, I only have, like, a few more years until I'm 18, but, you know.
No.
And then, you know, my friend called him out because, you know, I'm the type of person to stay with someone even if, like, you know, I know it's wrong.
Yeah, bro. I always be calling out these dudes that she's been with. I have her back every single time.
You're the bulldog. Yeah, you guys both have such you guys have both such huge hearts, and but you I can tell like you handle it differently. Like you know, you on the right, or I guess I don't even know like what to call you. Like,
CK, there you go.
CK, okay, all right. So C, you kind of like when something like when you feel for it, when you feel about something, like you go for it, you attack, you do it.
Yeah.
And then like, and then K, you're like okay, like kind of like a little more into your head or something, right? Like think about it a little more, and
right.
that
no,
can like.
I would not be thinking about it.
But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. So he.
That's fine.
So,
he he was using me for my body. My friend called him out for it, and then he brought me like then he was like, oh well, why did you show her the text? And I explained to him like she's my friend, she's my best friend for like 9 years. If she takes my phone and looks through it, I'm not gonna stop her from doing so because I have nothing to hide.
Yes.
He was the one that wanted to send those things. He's the one that wanted to. He's the one, you know. And so like it escalated into like an actual argument, and then this is what struck me. This is what caused the entire fight. He was like, "Oh well, if you don't keep your friend out of your relationships, you're just never gonna have a relationship." I'm like, okay, well, in my mind, I was like, okay, well, if they can't handle her, then there's no point in being in the relationship at all. And then like more talking and more fighting. He's like, okay, well, you're a stupid toxic bitch. Your past is probably even worse. Yada yada yada. Because I told him I was way toxic in the past because of how I grew up. Like with my mom was always in a toxic relationship. Like, I was around that for my entire life, pretty much. And he just wants to bring up my past without actually knowing my past. Because I've been through some shit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And he just wants, like, this when people bring up the past without knowing it. Because that shit actually kind of hurts. Like, I actually felt like, you could ask her. I felt like I was, like, when he called me a toxic, stupid bitch, I felt like, because my biological father was a piece of shit. I'm not going to lie. So when I was, you know, called a toxic stupid bitch, that reminded me of him, and I was like, so is my mom correct? Am I like my father at all? You know.
Yo.
No, that shit hurts.
Yo, that is so. But you know what? Like, strength comes from like talking about this stuff, and you are so fucking strong. You are so cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. You know.
Yeah, basically, when she was crying her eyes out, I was like, I'm going to kill this man's. Bro.
Oh, well, you know what? Like people say things like that, when they are struggling with being that themselves.
Right.
You know, so that guy is exactly what he's saying you are. And you know, so like that's a red flag, you know, and it's good that he is no longer as large a part of your life as he
Yeah, I'm
was.
glad I'm out of that relationship. Expect like that the way that we fought, that like exposed his true self. And I'm just like, okay, well you're calling all this and then you're just like, you're the exact same way pretty much.
Yeah, and there's word. I don't know if I might be able to say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I just go off on him? real
go
quick?
ahead.
Okay, so basically, he was so toxic. Like he was like, okay, so basically the first thing, the one thing that wasn't that bad was that she kept saying "I love you" to him, and he wasn't even saying it back. Then the second thing is that it's not really a red flag, but like, why would you date somebody with a foot fetish? Oh, but he literally said, "Let me suck your toes."
Oh my god.
He literally said, "Let me suck your toes."
True.
Why?
Dude, like one of the what's the fuck? Steve Wilco said, love blinds people.
I know, but why?
I don't fucking know. Like now that I'm out of the like relationship, I can see all the red flags that I ignored before.
And then the thing is, he said he wanted to get her pregnant. He wanted to get her preggo.
So is that like? Did he say that to you, Kay?
He sent it through text. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, how did that make you feel? Like, was that for you? Like, was that like, oh, okay, like he really wants to commit to me? Is that like what was going on in your mind, or like?
That was like more of like, okay, that's weird.
Okay.
We're still kids.
Basically.
Yeah.
But like, because it's over text, I can easily hide that expression I made. I'm just like, cool, pretty much,
Yeah.
Gotta keep it cool, because I'm a people pleaser.
Same though.
Man.
Yeah, we both be people pleasers, and basically we discard our feelings for others. Basically,
Yeah.
basically that's what we do.
Well, you guys like don't need to ever feel like you need to be with anyone because you guys are like awesome as you are, you know.
Right.
And that and like knowing that you have like these kind of creative like things going for both of you, like starting a business and like also like doing tattoo work, like that the people who you will most align with will come to you when you continue to do the things that you love, you know.
Right.
And like
Yeah.
it's and like you can take if there's like a city that interests you where you would want to go, where it's like, okay, like man, like there's such great tattoo stuff like in this city, like let's go there. You'll meet like all the same people who are like going through similar experiences with you right now, who will also learn from other toxic douchebags like what not to do, and then like end up being an awesome partner maybe, or who knows. Like the world is so big and there's millions of amazing awesome people, and this guy is not one of them.
Right.
Yeah, most definitely there. Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, you rock for for putting yourself out there like that. So cool. Like before we go, is there anything any kind of like last thing that you guys would want to say to the people listening?
Well, don't do what she did. That's all I have to say. Because I'm about to be honest. If you do that, you was dumb as hell. Okay, let's. I'm sorry, but like I'm honest, but like please don't. For the love of God, I will. Oh, don't do what she did.
I'm not gonna be one of those people that say like, it gets better or anything, because like
Yeah, it
honestly really depends. Like sometimes it can, like some days it's gonna be better, some days it's gonna be worse, But like just don't like, let it take like don't let it control you, I guess. Like, I know sometimes, you feel like it's controlling you, like there's no way out of it except, like the darkest routes. But like nah, just Just go through it. It's only you only live once, pretty much. So
Yeah.
go through it, grow up. Later,
Yeah.
eventually find someone that actually loves you for you.
Mm.
You know.
And yeah, don't let
Oh
your
my god.
don't let your thoughts. Yeah,
Yeah.
profound. That's so badass. Like, don't let your thoughts control you. You know
Right.
that you are more than the thoughts and the self. Like, a lot of people, I think most people, like, hurt themselves with their own thoughts. People feel
Yes.
like they need to be tortured, and so they, like, torture themselves with their own thoughts. They get with people who torture them, which just adds to the thoughts. It just builds. And to,
Right.
like, not let that that doesn't that there is another way, and
Yes.
there is another way. And how about for you, C? Like, what are
Hmm. Well, honestly, I'm not that type of I'm not emotionally honestly,
She's the brutal, honest person,
I
which is
don't
actually good though.
I don't want to say anything out of line, honestly. Cuz I'm like really brutally honest and I've lost a lot of people because of that. I don't want to be like saying anything that I will regret.
okay? Well, I
Like,
guess,
bro.
yeah. Well, I know what you mean. Well, I guess, maybe let me try to, like, re-articulate it maybe for you. And
It's
um
like I'm really brutally honest. So like,
so, like, for you, I guess, see, like, one last question for you. Like, what do you think brings you the most peace in your life?
hmm, that is a good question. Probably just like being with my friends and family and having a good time with them. Like being with
K.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, Kay. Being with Kay, it makes me happy and stuff and it makes me, think about not like and we can just if we have something wrong, we can just go through it together and eventually we'll be fine.
Pretty much, like if we're having depressive thoughts, we're just like, let's have some music blasting and then like do some art or something.
Exactly. We just meet the corpse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, that was great. That was, like, one of the, I think, my favorite interviews in a long time. So
Oh,
thank you guys.
You're welcome.
you're
I'm
welcome.
I'm gonna upload this video right now, so it'll be up in
Oh,
probably like
Okay.
that's in my phone.
25 minutes, 30 minutes maybe.
All right.
All right.
And yeah, that's all.
All right.
Thank you guys, and
No, thank you.
yeah,
You're
and
welcome.
and if you guys would ever want to talk again, I've had, like, people come back on
Mm.
several times. You can email me, or anyone watching this video can email me at this email, buildingbridges202 at
Yeah, save that. Copy that.
Yeah, I've
gmail.com.
been working on that.
Don't worry, that will also, all this will be shown on the video itself too, so you can
Right.
find all of that.
Sorry, it's not letting me copy and paste. I'll just go over here.
Okay, cool.
Why does your computer suck ass? Your computer sucks major dong.
I know it does. That was it, right? Yeah. Okay, I got
How
it.
do you type it so fast?
I'm sorry.
I could hear it. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and
You too.
see you
You
next time.
too.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Oh no, I don't want anyone else to come on here. No, stop. Ah, man. So okay. So for um, just reflecting on this conversation with C and K, two awesome girls who have been around, like, pretty toxic people in their lives. I think an important thing is to remember not to let thoughts control you, right? Um, to I think C said it best, whenever she is sitting with K, she can just, like, they can blast music, and they can like create together. They can be together doing the things that they love to do with each other. I think that's like the healthiest thing you could possibly do. And and for some people it's easier than others. I think to be able to get to that point of instinctually or creating with a friend that you love to be present with, to get to a routine where you just do that, I think that takes work. Because it's very easy and fun sometimes to just shit on people and to think negatively about things and to gossip and to like self-flagellate yourself, to like beat yourself up with thoughts or to feel guilty, to feel shame, to you know, to say that it was my fault that I did this. It was my fault that, I'm just watching The Handmaid's Tale right now, and I'm on season 2, episode 4, where she is just beating herself up about the death of a man who tried to help her escape. Spoiler alert. And it's true. It's so easy for us to beat ourselves up and to hurt ourselves through thought when we take responsibility for other people's reactions to us when we should be just concerned about our actions ourselves, and we need to be aware that other people's reactions to us is not in our control. That's up to them. It's up to other people to be responsible for their own reactions to things around them. That's not up to us. And I think the more we learn that, the less that we'll be hurt by douchebags, and the more peaceful and more loving the world will be. The end. So obviously it's way more complicated than that. There are many, many layers to it. I just don't think that I, at this moment, am going to be able to articulate I won't be able to articulate all those other levels. But thank you, CNK, for being such amazing guests, for being so vulnerable, for sharing your lives and your issues and the things that, move you. The more we talk about those things, the more empathetic our culture will become, and that's the way forward. It starts with this. There are like thousands of other steps after this, but it has to start here. It has to start here. So, okay. Love you guys. I'm glad that this is my second video in 2 days. It's been a while, and it's after doing that interview with the guy from India yesterday, I was like, I'm back. I'm feeling like I'm back. A little bit. I'm kind of excited. So, we'll see how long this lasts, and I'll do this for as long as I like it. But I do like it, and I love it, and I love talking to people, and I love reflecting with people and making people realize that they are pretty cool, So, all right. Love you. Mwah. Bye.